Welcome back. I am thrilled to be here. I am so thrilled that you're back. This is day 2 of the Find Love Again challenge. Let's do a quick recap of day 1. So we talked about how dating again can feel so overwhelming and scary when we first start to think about it, and how we let ourselves think about a future with someone new. We immediately jump in and self-sabotage with negative thoughts. We don't even allow ourselves to dream. And today we're going to go back to our little picture that we drew yesterday. So go ahead and take out your little picture. This is what it's. I am not an artist. Clearly, I'm not. Here's you on the left. And then we had our bridge with the obstacles and the roadblocks. And then to the right, we have the little heart. So we talked about the point that you're at right now and then getting to where you want to be. So imagine this. Here you are. This is you. You have changed. This is a new you. You've learned to adjust. You've learned to adapt to this new life that you're living. You're good. You're finding new things to try, new hobbies, things you've never done before. It's exciting and it's fun. It's a whole new you that you're discovering. And as you go down this path of rediscovery, it's like your whole world shifts and you can't help but have it shift. And maybe, let's say, down this new path, you discover that gardening is something that you really love to do. Maybe you weren't that into it before when you were married. Maybe you really didn't have time for it, and now you do. You start researching plants and vegetables you can grow in your backyard. You join a local community garden club. You get on Facebook and you join all the vegetable garden groups. You're totally into it. It's your new thing. You freaking love it. It's a passion, an obsession almost. And your garden takes off like crazy. You have baskets and baskets of cucumbers and you're so freaking excited about it because look what you did. Look, you made something out of nothing. You took something, you took seeds and soil and you made it into something, a vegetable, and it's delicious and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And you're having the time of your life. And then you think, well, wouldn't it be nice to share this with someone? Wouldn't it be nice? And that's how it starts. It's this little blip. It's a tiny little thought. Well, wouldn't it be nice? And yes, it would be nice to share that with someone. Someone who cares about you and the fun that you're having and the excitement in your voice and all the stories that you're telling about your vegetables. My vegetable story was silly and stupid, I know. It's just an example of when our hearts are trying to give us a message. So let's go back to this picture. Here you are, you're happy, you're doing your thing. Here are the roadblocks that we talked about yesterday. These are the fears and the doubts and the shame and whatever that was for you. These little roadblocks, was it for you something like, what will other people think? Or, aren't I too old for this? Or, I feel like this is betraying my husband. What was it for you on this little bridge here? These are all of those roadblocks. But here's the little heart. And this is what I want to focus on for a minute. What I'm going to focus on today is this little heart right here. So this heart represents something for each of us. And it could be different for all of us. What does this heart represent for you? What do you want in a new relationship? Maybe you haven't even thought about that yet. And this is big. This is really, really important. What do you want now? Because your life is different now. What does that picture look like for you? This picture of a partner is going to look completely different than it did when you were 20. You've grown, you've changed, your priorities have shifted. Your life is totally different. Have you sat down to try to picture what that future looks like for you? This can be a really tough exercise if you haven't done it before. This was always so hard for me. I could never picture a future. I could never envision a future for the longest time. It was painful almost. So think about it. What do you want that to look like for you? Is it a companion? Is it a new husband? Do you have to get married again? Of course, this is all dependent on what stage of life you're in. Are you a younger widow with kids still living at home? If you are, then you're trying to juggle kids and homework and after school activities and cooking and cleaning and all of it. So how does a new guy or girl fit into your life? What role do you want them to play? Do you want him to act as a father figure to your kids? Or maybe this is you. You're retired. Your kids are all grown and living out of state, and all you want to do is travel. You want to pack up an RV and drive around the country and take your sweet time doing it because it's been your dream and you would love a partner to share that with. Where you want to be, this little heart, is different for all of us. My little heart represents adoration, trust, being cherished, being respected, and laughter. Lots and lots of laughter. I want life to be about play, and I want my partner to bring that to the relationship. So the heart doesn't represent a person. It represents a feeling. And where you want to be is something you had before. Being in a loving relationship, you had that before. You know that feeling. It's so familiar to you, that feeling of love and adoration, of being cherished, of feeling secure with your partner. All of it, right? All of it. All of the warm and fuzzy. That's what we miss. That's what we crave again. We're not replacing him. What we want again is the feeling of love. So let me say that again. We are not replacing him. We are replacing a feeling of love. And it's definitely possible to get that again. I can speak from experience. The thing is, to get you from where you are to where you want to be takes time and work and effort. Unfortunately, that's the bad news. That's the frustrating part. Because we had that love, and we had it good for a long time, but we're not going to jump back into a relationship and feel that same feeling again like we want to. Part of my thinking when I thought about dating again was, man, I have to go out there again and try to find that again. There's no way. It seemed impossible. It seemed like a daunting task. This was the overwhelming part for me. The overwhelm is what stopped me for months, maybe even years before I started dating. And I know you're feeling overwhelmed right now because I'm making you think about all of these things that you haven't probably thought about before. But that's the point of this challenge, right? It's to give you that little push in the right direction, to act as your guide, because yes, I have been there. I know all of the feelings and all of the fears very, very well. And I don't want fear to stop you in your tracks. I want to help you get from point A to point B. And I want to save you all of the time and the frustration. There's this program that I put together, and it's an exact roadmap for you to follow to get back into dating, to overcome all of those negative thoughts, to give you the confidence you need to get back out there. If you want to get back out there and you want to learn from someone who's gone before you and made all of the mistakes and put you on a faster track than what I was on, I can show you step by step how to get there. And that's what the Wish program is all about. I believe if I could find love again, and I never thought in a million years that I could. I was like, there's no way. It wasn't possible. And if I can do it, I firmly believe that you can too. So this program that I'm talking about is called Dating After Loss, a 4-step Wish program for widows and widowers looking to find love again. And in the program, we talk a lot about mindset and emotions, but also the practical step-by-step actions you need to take. We've got the strategy for the dating thing covered. But the most important thing is that I help you move past the fear and give you the confidence to put yourself out there, the best version of you out there. We find that girl and we bring her to the surface and let her shine. It's so important to address the fear just as much as the strategy and the steps to take. So you're going to overcome the fear of getting into a new relationship. You'll also overcome the fear of being vulnerable again. The fear of tearing down those walls and letting someone in. The fear of putting yourself out there. The fear of not knowing what to do or what to say. You will not recognize yourself at the end of this program because you're going to work past all of that fear and come out a totally confident version of you. You will be crystal clear on who you are now and what you want in a new relationship. If you're ready and you're curious and interested in moving forward with dating again, check out this program. It's the perfect place to get started. So go to www.widow180.com/courses. If you have any questions, you can email me at jen@widow180.com. But we still have one more day left of our challenge. So let's get back to your homework for tonight. I want you to think about this little heart. I want you to think about what you want in a new relationship. Envision it. Picture what that life would look like with this new person. Try to be very clear and, most importantly, be honest with yourself when you go through this exercise. What does this look like for you? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for the final day of the challenge. Check your inbox, and I'll see you then.